Today we're going to talk a little bit about how to package your stamps to mail them out, okay? But first, let's take a look at some of the stamps that we've put together. Now, we've gone through our old stamp books. We've chosen groups to put together. We've put them nicely in our sleeves because putting them in a sleeve is a way of protection, okay? Especially if your package ends up getting wet because of how it was handled. Not that you've done anything wrong, but you never know what's going to happen. So putting them in a sleeve like this gives that protection. It also gives some sturdiness to your stamp to avoid bending. So look at this one here. Australia. So we have a few here. Always check online. You see the value of these stamps, so you have a better idea of what you should be paying. Of course, stamp collectors, they all know. They know what they're doing. And there's a lot of people who do this as a living who will just turn around and see what's selling on eBay, especially if people put it up for auction. That's why I like buy it now instead of auction. Because sometimes, if people didn't come and visit your stamp enough, there's no bidding going on. Look at this one. It says occupation. So you're going to want to make sure in your description that you put that. But putting them in a sleeve like this, that way people can point to it and stuff like that, the little details. And it's not putting any of the oils from your fingers on the stamp itself. It's a good form of protection for your stamps. Nobody wants somebody's oils going on their stamp because in time that will tarnish the stamp. Okay, Francais is here. Beautiful ones. So after you've turned around and taken all your pictures, because you take the whole group picture, then you do each one separately. And then you flip it over so people can see the back. Always be honest, open and honest with people. If you see there's a little tear, put it in the description. Be honest. Honesty is the best policy. Okay, now this one here. There's a whole group of them. You'll find some of these are valuable and others are just regular. But always put, especially if you have one that's unused, by all means, put it in the description. It's unused. Like this one here, it got the 1 cent got changed to a 1/2. Those are the kind of things that you put in your description. And see the cancellation and stuff's all on there, and the changing of the price. Always put that stuff in there. And then if like on this one here, there's a valuable one. When they look at the price, they go, oh, she's asking too much. But if you really check it out, especially the red 20, go ahead. I checked it out on Cherry Stone Auctions. And you can also find your stamp value. There's all kinds of sites for you to check out some stamps, and you'll be amazed at how much some of these stamps have sold at a regular auction, at an auction house. Now, I put them all together like this because this is quite the set. It's not selling just one stamp, just one stamp. It's selling as a set. So for someone who's starting a collection or a collector themselves, a whole set means a lot. Especially this one here, it's kind of like a turquoise. You don't find that too often. That one's a rather hard one to find. Because I have other sets with these stamps, but they don't have this color. The turquoise is just not in there. The 10 turquoise. But you'll find that this is really valuable. And the price I'm asking, really, really cheap. Because it goes way over 100,000. And I'm not even asking close to that. Not even 5%. Because for me, it's liquidation and pass it on to somebody else. Let them have the collection because I'm a senior and I'm at the end. Okay, so then I have these from Australia. Now, of course, you know, some of these, look at this, 1939. So if you find on your stamp that it says 1939, you know, it has a date on it, put that in your description. Hey, here's the date. You put the change in the prices on, put the date on. Okay, everybody likes to collect those kangaroos. Of course, one of these is very famous, not this one, but one of them is worth a lot. Because when you put it up to the light, you can turn around and see the watermark. And sometimes an upright watermark don't count, but if you get a side one or an upside down one, all those things matter. And I have those nice lights, like 120 volts. Those new lights that come out, they have 3 of them for the garage. I have 2 of them here in my office. I use them for my lighting. Okay, here's some more that we have. But they show the watermarks really easy. So see how it's all the same person. I put them all together. Okay, and then we have a few of the famous ones here. Very valuable. And of course, back in those days, they wrote on the stamp. See how they just write? They write the year and everything all on there. And those are the things that you will look at. See, I can touch because it's in a sleeve. Those are all the things you would put in your description. Is the year. Okay. Number 2, this is the year. Number 5, number 10. Put the years on it. That helps. It also makes a big difference on some of the stamps. Exactly when the stamp was issued can make a big difference. Okay. So once you've gone through matching them up, putting them in their sleeves, deciding on your price, you've put it up on eBay and you sold it, then you have these things here. You can get a whole bunch of them. I mean, I've got a bunch of them. And these are, you know, the sports cards. And you just fold it in half. I mean, look how thick these. Regular cardboard. And you can just fold them right in half. Put your stamp right in it. Like that. Fold it. Tape the cardboard. And you can buy a whole bunch. I mean, you buy them by the hundreds. Of course, it'd be a lot cheaper. And then they have these beautiful big envelopes. Nice envelopes. And you just address it all. Put it right in there. It'll stay put, don't worry. But that way you have the protection of it being in a sleeve to keep your stamp protected from water. You have it in the cardboard to stop your stamp from any bending because they're not very careful at the post office. You know, they just throw these around. So you don't want your stamp to be bent. Anybody who receives that all bent up is not going to be very happy. When they buy a stamp and they pay the good price, they're going to want their stamp protected good. So put it in there. There's your protection. You've got your cardboard. It's going to hold it still. And then here you have a cardboard envelope. It's not paper. Look, cardboard. So it's an extra protection. And of course it's got that coating to stop water from coming in. So you're really protecting the stamp for the buyer. You can buy these by 100. Very easy. And I bought this size. That way any stamp that I have can go right in it. And that's how you really protect it for the buyer. Alright, hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more. Bye-bye now. It's all on sale on eBay right now. These are some that I put up yesterday. Bye-bye.